Oh my God, Mariah Carey saved your ass.
She saved me. She really did. That could have been like a really bad moment, but it wasn't. Thanks, Mariah.
You got the golden ticket.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Plus One. Today we have Natasha Martinez joining us. I'm so excited to have you on.
I know, me too.
Okay, if you don't know Natasha, she's an incredible host and correspondent for Rotten Tomatoes,
Yes.
Amazon Music, Complex, like all the OGs, all the people that you turn to for movies, television, film, for music, everything that you would ever really care about. So, great job.
Thank you.
Checking all the boxes over here. I know
Trying.
you covered the Oscars last year.
Yes.
This year you've covered a lot of Oscar nominated films.
Yes.
So
excited for the Oscar season. Like, this is like our sports season,
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah.
I feel like I'm a sports commentator where I'm just like, and this person won this show and and then that predicts this. And it's just so much fun. I mean, ever since I was like 16 years old, I'm like, I want to be on the Oscars red carpet.
Yeah.
And so I'm very lucky and blessed that I got to do it not once but twice, you know. So
was it
it's really
twice?
Yeah, so I went once with Complex, which was amazing. Like, it felt like it was my quinceañera, like one of the best days of my life. And then I was lucky enough to go again last year. So, you know, fingers crossed, maybe there's still like an invite waiting for me come March, but we'll see. It's fun to just talk about it regardless. So
yeah, that's the fun thing now, especially with all of us, I guess, pop culture content creators, where we all talk about these TV shows, these films, and so finally when it's here, when award season is here, we're like, oh my God, we actually get to see how it's panning out. Which, I don't know about you, the Golden Globes kind of threw me off.
Did it?
A little bit. I mean, one battle after another made sense, and they kind of took over. But then there was moments like Sentimental Value, which people predicted would do even better when it first came out, which was at TIFF last year.
Okay, I was going to say, have you seen it yet? Because I haven't.
Yes. Okay, yes, I saw it at TIFF. The problem was I saw it right as I landed in Toronto, and I was exhausted. It was a really long travel day. I almost fell asleep in the theater.
Oh no. And it's
so
like dubbed, like, you know, it's not in English. It's like you really have to pay attention
you have
to the
read.
subtitles.
Yeah, it's one of those, and it's like there's so many incredible actors in this film, but I unfortunately was just like not fully present in the way that I should have been.
Totally. I haven't seen Sentimental Value, but I feel like it's like the Critics' Choice Awards starting off award season was really cool because historically they have actually predicted like so many of the same actors actually take it over to the Oscars. Like, I covered it last year for IMDb, and when Sean Baker won for Anora, and then I believe Anora won Best Picture, I was like, that's it. It's a done deal. I mean, it's not confirmed that the same winners will win for the Oscars, but it's pretty much like majority wins.
Yeah.
So that being said, with Golden Globes having a little bit of a mix-up, like, it does make things interesting. Like, right off the top of my head, I'm thinking of Hamnet taking best motion picture drama. I know. I just saw it last night, actually.
Did you?
And I was unwell.
No, Hamnet actually like beat my ass. It destroyed me in every aspect. I don't know what I was expecting. I go into every movie not knowing what to expect, even if you like have a slight idea. Okay, Marty Supreme, ping pong movie, whatever. But Hamnet chewed me up, spat me out. That one
was really emotional.
Such a hard watch.
Yes.
In the best way.
In the best way. It was like you could hear everyone in the theater holding back their tears, or not, like sniffles and just like silence. And the thing, though, I have a kind of a funny story, is I went to go see it by myself, which I typically don't do solo movies.
Do that. Oh my god.
Because it was going to be out of theaters like in the next couple of days. So I was like, I'm going to watch this like in the theater, like a good movie fan.
Yeah, good job.
And I choose this seat that had like no one next to me because I was like, I want to cry in peace. Okay, I don't want to feel bad about crying. Of course, I sit next to this older gentleman who he was kind of wearing like fishing gear in a way, like taking up 2 seats with his outfits and like shopping bags, and literally like as the trailers were going, like he's like commentating on the trailers to himself, and I'm like, oh my god, I just picked the worst seat in the house. And then he starts leaning over to me like in my personal space, like, who's this actor and who's that?
You're kidding.
And I see 10 movies a year because I'm an A-list club, like AMC Stubs member.
Oh,
so I will
hell no.
say, he kind of like diluted my emotional experience a bit because I didn't feel safe enough to cry. But
yeah, 100%.
but that being said, it still pierced me through the heart, even with him being next to me.
You're just uncomfortable the whole time because you're like, this
The
fucking
whole
guy is
time.
making me uncomfortable.
At
He's
first
in
I
my
was-
space.
Exactly. At first I was like, okay, like let me be nice. And then
Of
the
course.
closer he got to me, I was like, all right, buddy, we're gonna move over here. Like,
You
I'm
got
sorry.
to go.
He also had bubble guts, so I heard that the entire
Oh my God.
But
You had the
regardless.
worst hamnet experience I've ever heard
I
of.
probably need to just watch it again at my house.
Wait,
but that
this
being
is
said,
crazy.
it really did pierce me through the heart. So seeing it take home Best Picture for the drama, I was like, okay, I think we actually have a battle for one battle after another. Like everyone's been talking about that's going to be the one that's going to win. And I liked One Battle After Another. I don't think it was like a life-changing movie for me.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that it has a little competition because it's kind of
Exactly,
boring when
yeah.
it's like the person or the movie that's been talked about that everyone thinks is going to win is going to win. Like we need a little drama here, okay?
We need something. People like to root for, well, people like to root when there is drama.
Yes.
If it's just like, oh, they're predicted to win, it's going to be the same thing over and over, which like Timothee Chalamet is probably going to win the Oscar at this point. We're seeing the way it's playing out.
I think he has like the best chance, which is crazy because he's going to be the second youngest man to win in that category in history. Like that is just insane.
I mean, he's been talking a big talk, so it's
He
paying
has.
off for him.
But have you noticed that all of his acceptance speeches have been like very much subdued and like humble, which is like
All of us-
complete 180
Yes.
from his Marty
And
Supreme?
I think it's because during his Marty Supreme press tour, he was method acting the
Yeah.
whole time through. And he was like trying to get people to go out in the same way that Marty was trying to get people to go out and watch ping pong of all
Yeah.
things, you know? Like, yes, it's ping pong, but I'll give you a show when you're there. And Timothy was exactly the same way where he's like, yes, it's a ping pong movie, but you're gonna enjoy it once you're sitting in those seats. So it was actually funny to pick up on that. Like some people method dress, Timothy method acts. I
Method
guess.
press.
Method presses.
Method press.
Yeah.
Method
Exactly.
No, I honestly would be really happy for Timothy. I think that he is the next generation. I think that it's good also to usher in that new generation of movie fans.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we have this establishment like the Oscars that's this prestigious thing and actors have waited years to win like that award, but with where the movie industry is going, like we need everybody in their seats.
Butts and seats, let's go.
And Timothée Chalamet does that. So
Yeah.
I think it would really be a nice turn of the guard if he actually won. But also, you know, I would love to see Michael B. Jordan win. That Sinners and the run that it's been having so far, we're only a couple award shows in, but it's really deflating my hopes
I
for
know.
where it needs to be. Like that was my favorite movie of 2025. Like
Yeah,
I
was
would have seen
wondering.
it 5 times in the theater, like if I could. You
And
know?
that's the thing. It's an easy watch, not in that there's not like complexities to it. It is very complex. There's so many different aspects to the movie, but you're just like so engulfed in the storyline and
Yes.
the acting and like the costumes.
Yes,
and
the
just
music.
the music. Oh my God.
Yes.
Speaking of which, when they played him off, or when we didn't even hear him accept his
I know.
award at the Golden
Yes.
Globes.
That was rude.
What are we doing here? This is what I'm saying. The Globes, we had some bones to pick with you.
we sure do.
But I do want to save the rest of the Globes talk for later
Okay.
on, because I am just curious about how your award season is going in general.
Oh, I mean, it's been good. She is just covering from her bedroom, girl. Like, I am a contractor, so it's like every day, every year is very different. Last year, I covered a couple of award shows. This year, she's doing it from her room and loving it.
Yeah.
So again, it's like very much like as long as I'm having these conversations, like these are the conversations that I would be having like at the dinner table with my husband. Like, so just covering it and putting it out to the world in general is like great. And if, you know, she books a red carpet, like great.
Perfect. Cherry on top.
Exactly. But I have been doing a lot of movie junkets for Rotten Tomatoes and Fandango. They're actually like one and the same. So that's been really cool because it's just like getting those like inside bits of, you know, all of those movie factoids that like we love to learn about have been just really cool to be a part of. And I think for you, like what's cool about you is you get to cover from the festival circuit. So it's like you really follow along with these films and these actors like all the way through. And it's just something like satisfying about that.
For sure. So I just started doing that, not this past year, but the year before that. I'd never covered a festival prior, and I went with TikTok to cover TIFF for the first time. And I had no idea how it worked, first of all. I was like, what am I doing here? How do I schedule? How do I buy a ticket?
Yeah.
And luckily they picked out a lot of our tickets, and a lot of
good.
them were for movies that ended up being nominated. So I knew early on which films were going to be nominated last year.
Yeah.
This year I went to TIFF as my own entity, I guess. And
Yes.
that was really fun. It was really cool to just like schedule everything yourself.
Yeah.
But that's when I saw Sentimental Value. I didn't see Hamnet, but there were a couple of others that I saw. Oh, Frankenstein
Oh my God,
early
I love
on.
Frankenstein.
Yes.
Okay, I actually was like, I know we're like not talking about Golden Globes
No,
again,
it's fine,
but
whatever.
I'm like,
It's gonna keep
I
coming
need to
up.
talk about Jacob Elordi because his performance, like, I did not expect to love it as much as I did.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
was very blown away by him, and like, obviously, like, I love Euphoria. Like, can't wait for, you know, the next season to come out.
Finally, season 3, where are you?
So it's like, and you know, he's Jacob Elordi. Like, everyone's obsessed with him. I'm like, all right, I see him. Like, cool. Frankenstein made me a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I respect his craft so much.
Well, and so does he, is the
Exactly.
thing. That's what you see through watching that. I feel like you and I end up covering a lot of similar storylines because of our journalistic
Yes.
background.
Yeah.
Whereas other pop culture commentators don't cover the exact type of storylines that
Yeah.
we do. But I saw that you were also talking about how he had to study. Oh, no, I'm blanking on the word right now.
Buto.
Buto.
Yes. The Japanese dance. Yes. That
Oh
was
my
so
God.
cool.
It was so cool to learn about.
Yes, I like went down a rabbit hole, and actually, so fun fact, I grew up dancing like my whole life, like
Oh,
since I was 5 years
yeah,
old,
yeah.
and for a while I was like, I want to be a dancer, but I was like, no, that's not that stable of a job, and then I chose to be a TV host, which is not that stable of a job anyway.
All right.
But anyway,
We never learn.
we never learn. I took this dance in world history class at Fullerton College. And learned
Oh.
about Buto. And I like, as Jacob was talking about it, I was like, I'm pretty sure like I've seen these videos before. And sure enough, I specifically remember like him talking about like the godfathers of Buto. And it just is the most eerie, beautiful dance. And
Eerie is a good word.
Jacob nailed it. He absolutely nailed it to the point where I'm like, do we need to see you like on like some Broadway stage or something, like dancing? Like,
Yeah.
he's so graceful with it. So I was super excited for his Critics' Choice win. Kind of deflated that he didn't also take it for the Golden Globes.
I know.
But it's okay. I haven't seen Sentimental Value, so maybe Mr. Skarsgård, you know.
You gotta
deserved
watch it when you are
Okay.
wide awake.
Got
You
it.
gotta watch it with some espresso. You gotta be ready to go. It just depends on like your flavor, on
Yeah.
your type of film that you prefer to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Because Frankenstein, I was engulfed
Mm-hmm.
in that one, and I know other people were shitting on it.
I don't understand. I really don't, because even my husband was like, it was okay. I was like,
Stop.
what? I was like, I want to watch it again. It was so powerful. Like, I will never not love a story about parenthood
Right.
and family. I mean, this is like the
Like
essence
being the
of
odd man
humanity.
out,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
There's so much. I think there's almost an aspect that a lot of women end up connecting with more. What I've started to pick up on is, so like I watched Marty Supreme with my fiance.
Yeah.
And he left the theater being like, that was the best movie I've ever seen. It was so good. Because it was like, even though it was ping pong and there was a storyline to it, it was filmed kind of like an action film.
Yes,
You know,
totally.
it was very quick.
fast.
Whereas something like A Sentimental Value, Frankenstein, it's like a little slower paced. You're deep in that storyline
Yes.
specifically, and like the emotions of it all.
Yeah, it's like boy brain versus like girl brain.
That is exactly what happened.
Because yeah, I liked Marty Supreme. I just thought it was like uncut gems, but like a little watered down.
Exactly what it was.
You know, but like
That is
I like
exactly right.
both.
Yeah.
But like I feel Frankenstein more. I feel Hamnet
Yeah.
more. Like I don't know. I guess I like to cry. Like, is that so
Yes.
wrong? We need an emotional release every now and again.
We just like to feel,
I
okay?
just have a lot of feelings.
Whatever movie makes us feel ends up being our top
Yeah.
for that year, or one of the top of the year.
So
It's
what was
so
your
funny to
favorite
come-
movie of 2025? Like, who
Actually-
are you rooting for the Oscars?
So I've been asked about this, and like, Hamnet probably was my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sinners, yes.
Sinners, yes.
But in my head, I almost like put Sinners out the window because it was my favorite, or like so many people's favorites for so long that I like move on. Okay, what's second though?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because Sinners, there was no flaws to it.
No flaws. And I think that that's like the disheartening part with like how things are going is like there is nothing that Ryan Coogler or Michael B. Jordan or Haley Steinfeld or Wunmi Mosaku could have done differently. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if it was like the timing of the movie, the fact that it came out like
That's
earlier
exactly
in the
what
year.
I think it is. 100%. I think the only reason as to why Timothee Chalamet is getting the vote over Michael B. Jordan and like being so heavily talked about by critics is because of the timing of it all. And they did that on purpose and they did a good job with it. And Ryan Coogler is obviously just like, I can't even say he's newer.
No,
but
he's
I think
not.
he's more pure. You know, where he just releases things when he wants to release them and he doesn't put that type of thought into it.
I think Sinners, was it released at the start of last year or was it like more towards summer?
I was thinking summer.
Was it? Okay.
We can look it up.
We'll do some fact checking. But no, I agree. I'm like, I wonder who makes those decisions because I feel like if Sinners was released November, December, with everything
April.
Okay.
So yeah, spring.
So around springtime. It's like, I don't know. I respect that decision because it's like we're itching for those summer blockbusters and everything. But yeah, I do think that the conversation would have been a little bit more geared towards them if they were positioned up against Timothée.
If it just came out in December, if both of those films came out in December, are you kidding me?
Oh, I think
it
we would
have
all
been
lose
game
our
over.
minds.
Yeah, and it was the same. It pains me whenever I see like the Barbie treatment going down with a film that like moves so many people.
Yeah,
people kind of roll their eyes at the thought of Barbie and like a Barbie film, but there was not a dry eye in sight.
Exactly. Here's my thing. It's like with some of the voting bodies of like all of the academies and guilds, it's like you guys need movies like Barbie, like Wicked, like Sinners to survive. Like everyone's talking about like movie industry's dying, like we don't know what's going to happen with Netflix and all of that. We need people in the theaters. So it's like, let's put some respect on these movies that bring the audiences together and actually get the job done. I'm not discrediting like more artsy or like indie films. Like I love all of that, but let's not like put Sinners or Barbie or Wicked to the side. Like these movies are important and they deserve like not just a, participation trophy for like box office or cinematic achievement.
With the box office every year. I'm like, stop. Just honestly, don't get rid of it because they deserve an award. But it just, that they're sitting there rolling their eyes a little bit when they receive it at the same time.
It's kind of like a hard feeling. It's like, okay, like I don't get that award, but you'll give me this one. It's like, it doesn't feel good. Like, yes, it's good that they get their chance to like be recognized, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel good. It rubs me the wrong way a little bit. Yeah. We got to work on that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a tough situation to be in.
So who are like your number ones for best actor, actress?
Okay, see, this is so funny. Someone asked me this a little while ago before we were really starting to get the lineup of nominees. And my first instinct was to be like, Paul Mescal.
Yes.
well, he's supporting.
Yeah.
But
he was impeccable.
But he was impeccable
in that movie. Oh my God.
And it breaks my heart that he's not winning and not going to win anything. But truly, just like, I was so moved. Also, I have a Hamnet story I forgot to share.
Okay. We love the Hamnet stories.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know, poor Hamnet, they are just cursed, at least with us.
Yeah.
So I went to the premiere in LA, and first of all, Paul didn't show up. I was invited to cover the carpet. I was so excited. I was so eager.
God, yeah.
I get there. Well, no, they end up emailing me the day before being like, never mind, it's going to be a small carpet. And I'm so disappointed. I show up and I'm just like waiting for Paul to show up. Paul never shows up. I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in the audience, great seat. The film starts and about 15 minutes in, the audio cuts. And this is at like I can't even think, it's like, it's not DGA, but it is a very official location.
Okay.
Everything just cuts. We see the film, but we don't hear anything. Everyone's looking around like, what's going on? Also, this is a potential Oscar-nominated film. Like, you guys have got to get it together. This is the premiere. Chloe's going to be heartbroken. She's sitting there. And she also led us in a meditation right before. And I'm like...
Love that.
That was really cool.
That's cool.
But then you just can't help but feel bad for her and
what?
everyone else who was involved.
That's
so
crazy.
It was probably a solid 10 minutes or so with no audio. It goes pitch black at one point. Finally, they reboot it, but after a lot of people left the theater. And so it took a minute to get like back in the mindset of what was going on.
Yeah.
I just felt heartbroken for Chloe.
I know, that's horrible. It's like, come on, this is like now, yes, very much a potential Best Picture Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta get it together.
You cannot allow that to happen. I know, apparently people confirmed did get fired that day.
Oh, wow.
So heartbreaking for them.
Yes.
But loved everything about it.
Yes. So we'll see how SAG Awards goes. I think that's the next one.
Yes. And
right? Or Actors Awards. I'm sorry.
Actors
Awards.
All of a sudden they switched that up on us like a month ago, not even that long ago. But I'm kind of thinking Michael B. Jordan might win the Actor Award.
I really think so too, because he's like, it's like, what's her name? Chaperone's your favorite artist. Yes. Like, he's every actor's favorite actor. Like, he really has his entire career, honestly, he's really never missed. I mean, from a young age was already like critically acclaimed, Oscar nominated. And so I just feel like this is his time. And again, I always think about like, what is the next movie or project that would get the Oscar win? I'm thinking about that for both Ryan and Michael. And I'm like, what tops Sinners? Like, I'm sure they're going to find a way to do it. But, like, it's like, what tops it? Like,
I know,
it was
exactly.
just such a
because this partnership is so locked in. Like, they're not going anywhere. They have to work together forever at this point. And we've seen how it's panned out every time they have worked together. They have to get celebrated in some way throughout this award season. I truly think other actors are going to be like, well, that's not fair. I know it's not a game of like fairness, whatever, but for so long, Michael B. Jordan was not taken seriously as an actor. He was kind of looked at in the same way that like Demi Moore was looked at. You know, she was constantly talked about how I think one of her acting coaches called her like a popcorn actor.
Yes,
is that the term?
I remember her saying that last year. Yep.
So now it seems like it's kind of switched and it's Michael B. Jordan. And we don't always see that happening with guys. We see that a lot more with girls.
Yeah.
But he's very much the type of person who's like, oh, he's so hot. I'm going to see anything he's in. But he is a great actor as well. And we're finally seeing that pay off, but I hope it really does pay off for him.
Yes, I hope so too.
These award shows.
I mean, yeah. So we'll see. SAG. Hopefully, Sinners picks up with SAG because I know everybody just loves that movie. What's the next one? DGA.
Yeah, directors have an award show coming up. I mean, pretty much just the Oscars outside of
We're
SAG.
waiting for the Oscars.
I
We're
can't
excited.
wait.
I can't
wait for it.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah, that'll be juicy. We know who we're gonna be rooting for, but I feel like everyone kind of has to fill out. Look, this is my if you're watching on YouTube, this is me shaming myself, and if you're listening, I'll let you know. This is my ballot that I filled out.
How did she do?
It's a Rotten Tomatoes ballot, by the
Hey,
way.
shout out.
Speaking of which, everyone's gonna think this is #ad. Oh no, I did terribly. I got 15 out of I think 28, and yeah, I didn't do great. Well, to be fair, one was an accident. Should have been 16, but that doesn't make it any better. But just Stellan Skarsgård was definitely shocking.
Also, Nikki Glazer's jokes about Sean Penn during the Golden Globes, like.
Wait, Nikki Glazer's monologue was actually great.
She's
She's locked in for life.
Like, I just want to see her always at the Golden Globes. She's just like toys the line of like roast / just like good old comedy that you can watch with your family. Like, I don't know, it's so funny. I love her. She nailed it. Her looks were gorgeous.
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
looked
how many
great.
dresses?
She
What was that? It was like 5 dresses during the telecast. Like, I don't know. And then everyone's talking about the music and like how
I was just
unhinged
about to
it
say, what are you doing playing Yeah by Usher when Stellan Skarsgård is accepting his award?
Honestly, I loved it. I thought it like kept people on their toes. Like,
was so
like
funny.
they're paying attention. They're talking about it. Like, people talk about like, oh, these award shows are so stuffy. Like, who cares? Blah blah blah. When Usher's Yeah is playing, that's not stuffy.
That is not stuffy. You know what? And I would probably get heat for this, but like I saw so many videos of people being like, that was the worst award show I've ever seen. What are you doing playing? Yeah, what are you doing talking as people are walking up?
Yeah.
I loved the talking.
Yeah.
And coming from sports, I have a sports background. So the way that they had like color commentary as people were walking up to the stage, even if they were like, oh, is Timothee gonna thank his partner again or whatever they're saying, I like that stuff.
We love little anecdotes. So I was like trying my hardest to churn out TikTok videos during the show. Yeah. So I didn't hear much of the commentary. I heard people really preferred Kevin Frazier's commentary over Mark Malkin, or I forget his last
Mark.
name. I love Mark too.
I love Mark.
Like, he has a specific style. Like, people go to him on the carpet because he's kind of a red carpet icon in his own right. Like, he gets sound bites and he gets things to pop off.
Exactly.
But I agree with you. It's like, the show was fun. Like, everything about it, it felt like refreshing. I even want to shout out Mary Beth Barone, who's been like going viral for her red carpet commentary, and she killed it. So I'm like, all right, they have Nikki Glazer, they have Mary Beth, they have Usher's Yeah playing. Like, they are really trying to just like shake things up, and it's working.
The double G's were hated on for a minute there, and honestly, they're like going up in the rankings now. I don't know how much higher they can go up because they're not an EGOT, but maybe they'll add on a double G or something just to make them happy.
Exactly.
But they, honestly, I thought it was a really good show. Like you said, that lineup, Mary Beth, she crushed it. Nikki crushed it. I liked Mark's little commentary that he was making all the way through because it just appeased a different audience.
Yes.
Either you're going to go to Kevin and you want to hear like the more factual side of things, or you're going to go to Mark, who is going to give you like pop culture.
Yes, totally. Because it's like, again, talking about the different generations, it's like we are switching over. And I do think that the younger generation is really interested in this, mainly because of like TikTok and virality and just all the clips and the videos that go around. So you need to talk about what they know. Yes, like I'm sure they might want to watch Sentimental Value with Stellan Skarsgård, but like, do they really know that much about it as if what they would know about Sinners or Wicked, you know? So it's like, or Timothee and Kylie and him shouting her out during his speech. So they want those nuggets because it's like, that's them being seen. And we're here, right? The new generation is here. So like, we got to find a way to mesh it in some way.
You know what? Mark would have been a great Gen Z.
He would have.
He would have ate that shit up. Because him talking about Timothee, talking about his partner, is exactly what, honestly, probably like 50% of viewers care about and we're thinking about too, and the whole time, maybe even more, maybe even a higher percentage, because I had some girlfriends over at my house as we were watching the Globes together, and we're all like, is he gonna thank her? Is he gonna thank her? Oh my God, he's keeping the partner thing going. It's so funny.
Well, I mean, after he shouted her out at critics, that was the number1 story
monumental
of the entire show. Like, sure, okay, we won awards season started. Everyone was talking about Timothee shouting out Kylie. And so it's like, this is what is going to get reshared. This is what's going to get people talking. Okay, now that we're talking about Timothee and Kylie, I want to talk about something I saw you cover, which was them secretly being engaged.
They're engaged.
Okay, I'm with you. Because I saw that the card with Jenner Chalamet was
Kylie
AI.
Jenner Chalamet.
But one thing you pointed out was that huge ass ring on her pinky.
Excuse me?
And she's been wearing it again.
Yeah.
So like, that to me confirms it. Like, who is wearing that big of a rock on their pinky? That thing covers up her entire pinky.
But then people were correcting me, being like, okay, but diamonds on the pinky, that's like the coogler thing now. And I'm like, I have seen that somewhere. But one, that big. Two, I feel like that's the only reason why she's consistently showing up alongside him at this point. He showed up on the gingerbread house. With the rest of the Kar-Jenners. That's a big deal. I don't know, dude. I think they're engaged.
I think you're onto something. Like, I will back you up on the engagement theory, because it's like, when you were at that level of celebrity and you're bringing in a partner, if you're smart, you're only going to be bringing them into that part of your life if this is a forever thing. Like, I immediately think of like Taylor Swift and what's his name? Travis Kelce.
What's that one dude's name?
You can tell I'm not a football fan or a fan of him, really, but that's a story for a different day. But she went on his podcast literally, or the podcast released like days before the engagement announcement. So it's like, they're not going to be just showing up on their boyfriend's podcast or going to their boyfriend's award show and getting shouted out on the biggest stages in the entertainment world. They're going to be locked in. So I really do think they're engaged. Like, you heard it from Jess first. Like,
thank you
seriously,
so much.
I'm on that theory.
The partner thing is what really did it for me, because I feel like, so Carson started calling me partner at one point, and I was like, okay, but you have to be aware of two things. Like, people are going to think we're either together for life,
Yeah.
or they're going to think you're gay.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing with Timothee doing it. Obviously, everyone knows who he's with.
Yeah.
So then the next thing in mind is like, okay, so you're together for life. You're about to be engaged. And the way he was like, my partner of 3 years, we've built an incredible life together. I just think that is stuff that Kris Jenner and him have discussed because they thought and plot so hard. They think everything through before it hits the surface.
Absolutely.
That would never go unless he discussed it with Kris Jenner first.
Absolutely. Like, Kris doesn't let anything slide, okay?
Yeah.
Everything is planned to the T. So I agree. I feel like there was like a meeting of the minds, and they were like, okay, here, again, Timmy is a method presser, okay? He knows how to do press.
Yes.
And I think that is a part of the press tour. Like, I'm going to show you my respective relationship of 3 years, and you guys need to see us as such.
Exactly. And he zipped his mouth for the 3 years leading up to that. He never said anything. I also posted a video and I got major shit on it because I was like, why are you trying to hide your girlfriend or your fiance, Kylie Jenner? Like, why are you so embarrassed about her?
Yeah.
They were like, she's not embarrassed. The point I was trying to make is he just like didn't say anything up until finally.
Yeah.
And now all he says is partner. Like, he still just comes across as though he's trying to hide it a little bit.
Watch.
I think,
what if he like wins Best Actor and then they announce
the
the engagement after?
See, I think that's what it is. I think they're literally just like, okay, we're already engaged, but we have to shut up until Marty Supreme's done and over with so that we can like ride this wave.
Absolutely.
Because people won't, I think if people were to have known that they were already engaged prior to the Oscars or prior to award season, people wouldn't be rooting for him as hard.
Yeah.
They'd be like, okay, you already got this. You don't need to win anything else.
Yeah, and then the conversation would be more about him and Kylie rather than what he brought to his performance of Marty Mauser, which was an excellent performance. So it's like, you don't want to toy with that, you know, especially because he's like, this is the top tier level of everything. So it's like,
exactly.
Can't dilute it.
It's so juicy. I love how we keep being like, okay, let's talk about Golden Globes, or let's talk about Golden Globes later. No, it's not gonna happen.
No,
We're gonna talk about.
going.
Sorry, they just happened, so we have to do our little chat about it. We have to get into it. As far as you as a host, do you prefer to be on the carpet or work a junket? Because I know you do both and a lot.
I love the carpet element. I love live hosting.
Yeah.
It's so exciting. Like, I grew up dancing, so from a young age have always loved the stage and performing.
And
pageants as well.
Yeah.
And so it's like, and I just love in-person, like, quick conversations too. Like, I think that that's what's fun about red carpets is like, it's maybe a little less planned and kind of more off the cuff and just a little bit more like relaxed and fun. And the junket is really cool too. I feel like a junket, to me, I approach a junket like it's a puzzle. Like every interview is just like, how am I going to nail this puzzle to get like the result that I want? Which can be a little stressful, but also that's where you get like the deeper, meaningful facts and stories and anecdotes from like these projects that we love. So I don't know, it's kind of like who's your favorite kid? Like, they're both fun, but I don't know. We'll see. What about you?
I would say carpets. It was junkets for a minute there. I definitely go a little back and forth, exactly like you said. I guess we're Kris Jenner over here being like, well, today it's carpets.
Exactly.
So I guess with carpets, the cool thing is just like you can't plan for it as much as you try to, which, how are you when it comes to planning for things?
Oh, girl, I'm as Virgo as it gets.
That's what I thought. You're
We're
double
both
Virgo,
Virgos, right?
Yeah,
okay, so, I mean, I don't necessarily have a booklet. I've seen reporters on the red carpet literally have folders with color-coded tabs and like all this stuff. I'm like, okay, that's maybe a bit much for me, just knowing how quickly everything goes.
Yeah,
like,
you don't
I'm
have
not
time
gonna
for
have
that.
time to reference that. It's good to study that way, but no, I try to be as thorough as possible. Like, I'm scrubbing the internet, like making sure there's no scraps left to just like, you never want to be that person that's caught off guard and not knowing something. Like, again, bringing it back to the Golden Globes, there was just a little chatter about some people on the red carpet that weren't as prepared as Mary Beth Barone. Let's just put it that way.
Look, we could put it out there. The man's name is Kareem.
Yeah.
He does Subway takes because it is so public at this point. It's all over Threads.
Yeah.
And he is getting a lot of shit. He's not the only one, though, because this happens every time there's an award season or a premiere.
Yes. And we both have degrees in journalism. And so it's like, it is frustrating when you see some of the opportunities go to, I'm not knocking the creators really. Like the creators are doing their own thing. Like we're creators as well, you know, we're just going where the opportunities lie.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, you do also have to come with preparation and have like respect for like these platforms that you are going to be on. Like not seeing someone's movie is like, okay, that is a little bit on you. But at the same time, it's like, okay, people need to invest in journalists, invest in people who have, this is their job, this is their craft, and let's give them a chance to shine on a platform like that. Because if not, I feel like people are like, why do we need this commentary at all if it's not going to be well researched and, you know, with some heart in it?
Yeah, I struggle with this conversation a little bit because it always brings me back to when Addison Rae was hired by the UFC to host. This was years ago.
I actually do not know about this. I did not know she was hired by the UFC.
I could literally picture the hair color that she had and
my
everything.
God.
I could picture, it was such a big deal. But this is like, let's say 2021. Okay, so early on, maybe 22, whatever. Point being, Addison Rae was hired by the UFC and everyone was freaking out. She was going to school to become a sports reporter.
Okay.
But everyone was freaking out because they were saying she took this job from someone who worked for it. My opinion, no, she didn't, because they were never going to hire someone who worked for it. They wanted views, and therefore they hired Addison Rae.
True.
So when it comes to something like this, Kareem is a conversationalist much more than he is someone who's a trained journalist. He might be a trained journalist. I don't know that
we
part
don't know his
about him.
background.
Yeah. But I know he's a filmmaker. I know he's great at having conversations and like his own opinions and that sort of thing. But when you reach a point like the Golden Globes or any of the EGOTs, anything like that, you need to have someone who you can trust will watch any of those films, but on top of that, who at least knows how to maneuver a conversation if they haven't. If there's one film that they haven't watched and it's Sorry Baby, and he's not going to sit there and be like, so this title.
Yeah.
That, I don't think the question was probably the best question.
No.
But it does fit with Kareem's personality and his show. So they must have known what they were doing when they hired him, you know?
You have a point. Like, it is hard because, yes, like, we want the eyeballs. And also, I feel celebrities nowadays, they want to speak with people that also they're comfortable with. And I'm sure they know his content. I mean, it's everywhere. It's amazing content. So there might be a level of comfortability that the star might have with someone that they're like, oh, I've seen your videos before, like let me open up to you rather than someone else. It's difficult. The industry has changed so much. Like
can't keep up.
Yeah, it's like as someone who got their degree in broadcast journalism and saw a formula of traditional entertainment journalism and media in general, a lot of more hats have had to been put on, and that's fine. Like, I love what I do. Like, I will continue to learn and be a sponge and adapt, but it is just so insane how far we've gone from the roadmap that we have seen before.
How far we gone is a really funny point that you just made, because I thought you were going to say how far we've come. Yeah. And no, we've gone astray.
We've gone.
This is not the route that we were taught, which is like, okay, fine. Everything is changing, developing, whatever. But this is not a route where, like, I don't know if you ever get asked to speak at colleges on occasion.
I feel like a fraud, but I do.
When they'll be like, we would love a real journalist to come and speak with us. And I'm like, okay, but the work nowadays is so different than what it was even when we first started or when we were in college.
Yeah.
It doesn't match up.
No, it doesn't. I went to Chapman in Orange, and my professor always asked me to come and speak to the kids. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like I would love to. I don't necessarily know like what I have to offer because I still feel like I'm figuring things out myself. But to your point of like the content is so different, they'll usually show my reel at the top of the class and we'll talk about it. And then we talk about like content that I've done. And last year I dabbled into the podcast space with a girlfriend of mine. And we did a lot of coverage of like reality shows. We talked a lot about Love is Blind. So we had this one video that just like popped off, and I'm talking about it because I'm telling the kids, like, I'm like, the kids, I'm not that old, yeah. But they're kids to me. So I'm telling them, like, you guys need to like start doing content like this, like start your own conversations, make the job that you want to have, like do it yourself. So my professor, Pete, was like, well, let's see the video. And it was like this video of me completely tearing down this woman who was on Love is Blind, like out of context, like probably
Megan Fox.
So no, it wasn't her. It was her name was Hannah. I think she was like from 2 seasons ago. Okay. She was really manipulative, in my opinion. And so the whole class is just seeing me be like, and Hannah this and Hannah that, and I'm like, yeah, really good content, guys. This is why my parents, you know, sent me to this school and everything. But, you know, it ebbs and flows, and you end up finding your voice. And you just, to me, like, making it in this industry as a host or a journalist is about perseverance. Like, you never know what is going to be thrown at you. But if you keep your goal and you keep chucking away at it, just by the laws of attraction, like, it is going to come to you. So if I can give any piece of advice to the kids, I would say that.
Oh my God. I love that. I was actually going to ask, so you answered it for me. Yeah, that's the thing. I remember when I was first starting out, even when I was just deciding what I wanted to do, there was this girl, Katie Nolan. I don't know if you're familiar.
I think I remember. She's blonde.
No, she's brunette, but she works in sports.
Okay.
So I loved her personality because a lot of sports reporters and hosts didn't have all that much of a personality. Yeah. They're very much by the book, which tends to be the case for a lot of film people as well. Yeah. They're very by the book. So I noticed like similarities. But with Katie, she was very personality forward, and I loved that about her. And so I remember her going and getting interviewed somewhere, and people were asking her advice, and she was like, well, all I did was start my own YouTube channel because people kept asking me to like prove that I could talk about things with my personality. Wow. And so I proved it on YouTube, and I was like, wait, that's the best advice ever, which is why I ended up starting my own TikTok page and kind of following suit, doing a similar thing.
Yeah, because everyone loves like to just be like, well, this, especially with women, like, this girl doesn't know anything about whatever. Like, that was like, when I first started as a host, I worked for Collider, and it was a live YouTube feed. So I could see the comments, like, as I'm hosting the show. And it was just like, this girl doesn't know anything. Like, and it was a big Star Wars community. And I just...
Oh, that would stress me out. That would stress me out.
That's not my, like, franchise.
Sorry, it's not my cup of tea.
So, yeah, I was getting a lot of heat for me still learning about some of these fandoms, which is fine. Like, people need an opportunity to learn. But I would have loved to have taken that advice and, like, proven myself, because I feel like for a long time, and sometimes still I carry that thought of, like, do I know enough? Like, am I enough of an expert? Like, what conversations do I have to offer? And it's like, you get in your own way. And if you have the power to, like, bring your voice back with, like, putting that out with your own TikTok, your own YouTube, your own podcast, like, that's so empowering. Like, I love that you, like, learned that from her.
Yeah, well, you started your own TikTok page too, and your own podcast at one point. Yes. So what was your reasoning behind starting TikTok, for example?
I think when I first started TikTok, it was just like, okay, this is something to do in COVID, but I didn't see the, like, benefits? I didn't really see the benefit, to be honest. Like, I think I was just trying to make fun videos, and, like, I tried to do, like, some TikTok dances. I was like, this is actually really hard, and, like, my 15 years of training is, like, not helping me here. And so I just kind of was like, whatever, it's like a fun platform. But I think for me, when I started to see, especially the host landscape, the TV host landscape change, I was like, oh, there's actual opportunities in me, like, putting my own content out there. Okay, I'm gonna try and do that. And now it's been a few years. I mean, she's small but mighty, and again, just, like, keep chipping away at it. But that was kind of it. Like, my dream is to, you know, be a host, take it to the level as far as I can. Like, if that means a traditional entertainment outlet or, like, morning television, like, amazing. But it's like the avenues to get there have changed. And if that never happens, like, that's totally fine. Like, I'm actually really loving finding my voice in putting those videos out and building, like, an audience. It doesn't matter. Like, I think people get stuck on, like, how many followers you have or like how many views. But really, if you think about it, if you have 1,000 followers and you look at a room of 1,000 people, that's incredible.
Exactly.
So just for like any small creators, like don't feel discouraged by the numbers, because even 10 people in a room hearing what you have to say is impactful.
There could be 100 people in the room and only one
you
person.
just need one person
Yes,
to believe in you.
It'll never not crack me up.
No, it's the best.
But
it honestly is the best.
Whoever I heard first say that or make that point, I don't remember who it was, but that was like such a brain chemistry altering moment for me, because especially now, I feel like the algorithm on TikTok has changed so much over the years, and more so recently, a lot of people are consistently getting lower views than what we used to in like 2021, 22. And so now I have to like sit and remind myself, as long as this is like true to me and authentic, and this really is how I felt in the moment, I'm just going to leave it there.
Exactly. As long as it's something that you are proud of, then it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And honestly, like I've seen some creators even on TikTok talk about like the 200 view jail. And I mean, I feel like it's happened to all of us, you know?
Yeah, of course.
And I can't remember his name, but he was like, you just have to just keep going.
Literally just keep
Literally
posting.
just keep going.
Just keep
and it's,
posting.
just keep posting. It's so true. And like whatever is meant for you, like will come.
Welcome to our advice corner. Wait, but you know.
Invite us to your colleges to speak.
To the kids.
Yeah, to the kids, to the children out there.
You know what else we both have in common, or what we have in common, is that we recently covered People You Meet on Vacation.
Yes. Oh my God, I love
Wait.
that.
Okay, did you? No, I loved it. I read the book.
I didn't read the book.
Okay.
But I still loved it.
Still loved it, right?
Because I saw people talking about like, oh, there's a lot that they left out, which they're always going to leave out for books.
Yeah.
But did it hold up for you?
No, 100%.
Okay.
I think they left some things out for sure. And there were some monumental moments from the book, especially things that like people were pointing out on TikTok and being like, I can't wait for this to happen. Spoiler alert if you haven't watched it yet, but whatever, it's out. There was this like vasectomy line where we found out that Alex had gotten a vasectomy because of this whole pregnancy scare that Poppy went through.
So was it a pregnancy scare from him or from the boyfriend? Because I was like, why would he get a vasectomy?
From the boyfriend. Yeah. From her
I think I need
previous
to read
boyfriend.
the book to understand it.
Yeah.
Because hearing it, I'm like, why would he do that?
Also me, I read it literally a month ago and I'm like, what happened again? I think from what I remember, it was Poppy had a pregnancy scare from the previous boyfriend and she was too scared to even tell that boyfriend that she was going through it. Alex was the one who like stood by her side and then she ends up finding out that Alex got a vasectomy. And so it was like a really big deal.
Wow.
Especially on TikTok, everyone was posting screenshots from that page being like, oh my God, he got this vasectomy for her. Oh. And so them leaving that part out was like a really big deal to readers. I remember I posted a video right after I watched the screener and people were like, blink twice if they keep in the vasectomy line. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm keeping my eyes
are open the whole time.
I can't ever blink again. I felt so bad.
Your eyes are just welling up.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, from a non-reader, I definitely felt like it's getting closer to the classic rom-coms that we love.
Yes.
Like, I am a rom-com girly for life. I watched every single one of them.
Yeah.
It's just, there's nothing better than that era of rom-coms, and I do feel like they got really close to
like
it.
The 2000s era of rom-coms?
2000s, late 90s, like all of those icons like Meg Ryan, Julia Roberts, even J-Lo. Like I love me a J-Lo rom-com.
Yeah.
But I was blown away by Emily Bader and how genuine and just expressive she was with everything, and things that you would normally be like, oh, that's kind of cringe. Like, she didn't make it cringe.
Yeah.
Anybody else that would do those poppyisms, right? Like her personality, I think people would be like turned off by, but because Emily like portrayed it so well, it was like, this is her. Like this is, you know, and you fall in love with her and Tom Blythe, them together are just so good.
Their
I'm like,
chemistry.
are they a real couple? Like,
I know, right? No, I think he's literally engaged or something, married,
okay.
maybe. I don't know.
I'm like, wow, they're so cute together. But it was a really, really fun movie. I love the music in it. I thought the music was like so fun.
Yeah, it
like
was
how
really
it
fun.
carried
That's
the
true.
whole just narrative forward. And yeah, I got to do the junket, and it was virtual, so that's one thing is,
it's a struggle when you have to do virtual junkets that people don't realize.
It is. It's so much better in person, obviously. But for it being a virtual junket, they were all so fun. They gave great energy. I also got the story of them shooting the cover on a nude beach, which was hilarious. Because I was like, how did it go? And like right away, the director was like, well, it was a men of a certain age and it was a holiday. I was like, wow. That's a lot of
no, it was like the little behind
Spanish
the scenes
salami.
that people don't even realize. Them shooting on a nude beach. Of course, it's in, I think, Barcelona or some part of Spain. I think every beach is a nude beach out there.
True that. That's true.
Like,
the titties be out.
Exactly. They were cracking me up.
It was really, really funny. And then what else did I love? I mean, I actually wanted to ask you about this because you got to speak with the choreographer, right? Of the dance sequence.
Wait, I thought about you for that.
How was it? Like, what did she have to say?
Loved her. So Maya Taylor is the choreographer, and the reason why I reached out to her was because she reposted my video that I posted with Emily Bader and Tom Blythe, and they both said their favorite scene to film was the dancing scene. Yeah. And so I had her on because she reposted the video and was just talking to her about that. And she was like, I was so honored that they said that, first of all, but basically like said that they were super easy to work with. They barely rehearsed. It was like the worm that Alex does was all Tom. That was his idea, but he didn't bring it day one. He brought it day two. So she was cracking up. She's like, I don't know why he didn't tell us that like right out of the gate.
He's like, hold up, wait for me to pull this out of my arsenal. Like, I'm gonna do the worm. That's so cute.
And they also channeled like a ton of different movies throughout that scene, which makes me want to go back and rewatch their dance moves because I want to see all the different movies that they're channeling. That Cameron Diaz like infamous dancing scene where she's in her underwear. So they channel that. It's like there's so much to it.
My thoughts when I saw the dance scene immediately went to Hugh Grant from Love Actually. When he's literally like in his like prime minister mansion or whatever and dancing, and I loved that Tom brought that energy.
Yes.
I was actually planning to ask him like how he enjoyed it because Hugh Grant famously like did not want to do that dance scene. And so I was like, I wonder if it's the same.
Wait, that's so funny because people are comparing him to Hugh Grant too.
So I'm like, well, I didn't end up asking that specific question, but I asked which of them picked up the choreography better, and immediately like Emily was like, Tom. Tom. Like and then she actually gave this funny story where she was like, she took a tap class when she was a little girl, and I guess like some other little girl in her class roasted her and was like, is she gonna be in our recital? Because if so, that's not fair. Because she's like so bad. So like Emily's like, so I feel like maybe I redeemed myself. I was like, yeah. I'm like, wherever that girl is, I'm sure she's like, I knew that girl.
Well,
so it was really fun.
They also did a great job because they didn't look like they trained. Yeah. It looked like normal human beings natural. Dancing in a bar. My only complaint, oh my God, I'm literally going back on like my entire interview last week, but I just don't know if Alex would do the worm or would have even had the knowledge to do the worm, because it feels like something, he's so type A. Okay. He's so Virgo. Yeah. But he as a man is so Virgo. That
Virgo men and Virgo women are different.
Very different. Us Virgo women are speaking here right now.
Virgo women are superior.
I feel like he would think the floor was too dirty to do it or something. Like, I think he had to be more drunk in order to get a worm out of him.
Okay.
Did you know what I'm saying?
I feel like that is like a knowledge of his character
a book
that you
reader.
Get from the book.
Yeah.
Like for me, I felt like Alex, as a non-book reader, like the only person he would do that with was Poppy.
I like that
was
take.
Just how I felt, so it was fun. But I don't know. In those moments too, you're just like, oh, they're having fun, they're dancing, like
I love that opinion. Thanks. That's actually no, that's way better than my opinion, and I'm gonna go with that from here on.
Okay. So yeah, I love the movie so much that I'm not the biggest reader. But I ordered Funny Story because that's going to be the next Emily Bader.
Henry.
Emily Henry. That was confusing too in the junket. That's going to be the next Emily Henry adaptation. And she actually is adapting the screenplay herself, which is really cool. Because there's been many books that have been, greenlit and optioned. But she was like, I want this one. This one I'm going to do myself. So are you a big reader?
Not at all.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
the smallest reader.
I'm very small.
I'm this big. I read one book last year, and it was People We Meet on Vacation.
I will be lucky if I finish Funny Story in time for the adaptation.
Dude, what you need to happen is you need to start reading it, and then you need to find out that you're going to work the junket,
Yes.
and then it'll force you to read it
Exactly.
to finish it. You know,
Exactly.
That's exactly what happened with me. I was like, wow, what are the odds? Okay, but I'm only 50 pages in, so let me buckle down. Let me actually read.
What's been your best junket moment? I don't want to say worst junket moment because we don't like.
Oh my God, yeah, let's share
but,
junket moments.
Yeah, anything that you're like, oh my God.
Wait, immediately I have the answer.
Okay.
Davine Joy Randolph, I interviewed her for The Holdovers. I don't know if you watched
Yes,
that
I
one
did.
with Paul Giamatti.
So good.
So I worked that junket, and she had to learn how to smoke for that role. So I bought a pack of cigarettes, and I brought it to the junket. And I was like, I was hoping that you could teach me how you learned how to smoke.
That's amazing.
And she not only taught me how to hold it and everything, but she kept it right here on her lip throughout the entire, it was like an 8-minute junket, and she kept it there the whole time. And I tried doing it. I couldn't do it. She kept it there like a pro.
Wow.
And she literally takes it out and says, like a pro. She was so proud of herself.
That's amazing.
It was so cute.
Wait, I love that.
What about you?
Okay, I'm gonna think recently I did the I Love LA junket.
Oh.
And love that show
Sick.
so much. But I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and my dog's name is Frodo. I watch the trilogy extended version every single year. That is my franchise of choice. So when I saw True Whitaker and Elijah Wood, and she spoke Elvish to him at the end of that episode, I was like, no, she did not. I'm dead. And so I got to talk to her about that, and she was like, yes, I did the Kate Blanchett dialect of this Elvish, and I'm literally getting hot flashes.
This is giving me
as a fan. It was so cool. And we're coming up on the 25th anniversary of Lord of the Rings.
Oh my God, you're so funny.
So it was just such a good moment for me, as a fan. That's a really funny one, but it's just the best when you nail it with someone. Last year I got to chat with Timothee Chalamet for Complete Unknown, which I was like, oh my God. Yeah. And it just went so well that you walk out of that room feeling you just have the best high.
You feel so proud of yourself. Oh
because
my God.
When, it's only 4 to maybe 8 minutes max of what you're allowed.
People don't realize there is an art to a junket, and there's it's like a sporting event too.
Yes.
For junkets.
And then sometimes they'll give you 4 minutes with 3 people.
Yeah.
And it's cool. So I'll only get to 1.5 questions. Thank you.
Yeah. They're start with a question for everyone. How about that? And you're like,
I know it's tough. So I really respect journalists that can get those things out of those rooms, because it is again, it's like a puzzle. How am I going to navigate this thing and nail it?
Exactly.
It's a gamble.
Yeah.
It's a gamble every time.
Yeah.
I did get to interview Gigolo once. This was in my blonde hair era, and everyone would be like, listen, as a Latina, people tell you that you look like every Latina, whether you look like them or not. So when I have my blonde
You get
hair,
that. I get every white girl ever.
Yeah. People are like, you look like J-Lo, you should tell her that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to tell J-Lo that. Famously, she would probably throw me out of the room.
And you know what? I hear she hates Virgos, so
Yeah, I
beware.
heard that too. I was like,
I don't know if that's real, but
no,
beware.
I think it's real. She asked a group of her dancers auditioning for her who was a Virgo, and then sent them home.
Get out. I'm like, did this really happen? Is it because of Mark Anthony? That's what I heard.
I guess. But again, Virgo men, very
different.
Very different. We will die on that hill.
Yeah.
But no, so I walk in, and she just gave me the classic Meryl Streep. I was like, oh, okay. But it was still a good interview. So.
Pursed lips. I have heard that she's a tough interview, so as long as you make it through, then that's a win.
We did it. We survived.
What about, we won't say who,
okay,
but what about your worst moment, either on a carpet or in a junket or one-on-one of any sort?
Worst.
And it can be on them. I can share. I can share a story on them.
Oh, it's on that.
Yeah.
It's definitely on that. I show up prepared.
Yeah, of course.
It was really sad because I was a big fan of her. She's a fashionista, and just every carpet kills it, elegant. And she comes up on this carpet, and me and my producer, we have a microphone for the talent and a microphone for me. So my producer hands her the microphone, and she just like arms crossed, just looks at him, looks at her like assistant, and like looks away. And her assistant was like, "Yeah, no, you're gonna be holding the microphone." And I was like, "Oh my god!"
You're like, okay, we're already starting off great.
Yeah.
Shoot.
And then as the interview went, it was kind of a sponsored video, so I had to bring up the sponsor of the event. And I'm like, come on, you know you're at a sponsored event, like we got to talk about the brand. And she just gave me like nothing. She gave me nothing. So I was like, it sucks.
Oh, it makes
but
you
whatever,
so sad.
it is. And then through my experience with Complex, I got to interview a lot of rappers and like hip hop artists. And like, I love hip hop, I love rap, like, but famously, sometimes you don't get what you need out of them because they might be somewhere else, or they might be, hours late. And I ended up interviewing one of them, and it was actually the only time that a piece of content was completely unusable. Again, like I kind of walked away from that moment like, what could I have done? And everyone on the shoot was like, literally, you couldn't have done anything different. Like, you were prepared, you were trying to get him engaged, and he just like, I don't think he even made eye contact with me the whole time.
Oh my God, I have heard about this happening with certain people.
Yeah. Thankfully, those are the only two
which is not bad.
Which is not bad.
We're good. You didn't get in a fight. You weren't like criticized for anything you did. It's more so just on that.
What about, do you have any?
I have one that names? I can share. No names. Okay. Yeah, we're not doing names today. We're not getting ourselves in trouble here.
No.
But I had one experience where someone showed up over an hour late, and it was a one-on-one interview. And they're sitting down on their phone, they're scrolling away, and I walk in, shake their hand. They don't even reach their hand out.
Oh my God, so you're just
like, and I double down, and I'm like, oh, I'm trying to shake your hand, I'm trying to introduce myself. And like smile on my face. And so then they get off their phone and they shake their hand. I go sit down to do the interview, and to start the intro. And they're still on their phone as I'm doing the intro, to where I then say something. And I'm like, what happened? Did you get a text? Like, is something important happening?
Yeah.
Do you need us to like put a pause? And they're like, oh no, I was just looking at the time, because they were excited about the time. I'll tell you more later about that part.
We'll get names after.
Luckily, after that moment of me being like, are you good? Like, is everything okay? I think they realized, oh, I need to, like, I'm in the middle of an interview right now.
Them out of it.
Yeah, because then they were great. The interview was great.
That's crazy. I mean, I always try to think of like the artist on the other side, especially when it comes to like junket or press. It's like, it's probably their millionth thing.
They're going all day.
And, I used to work at Disneyland, and the one rule that they told us was like, we don't care how bad of a day you were having. These people have paid money to be here. Like, maybe sometimes their savings to bring their family. You have to have a smile on your face. And that's showbiz, baby.
That is showbiz, baby.
It only takes just one opportunity to have a bad interaction with someone that is then going to be their story to tell about you for like the rest of their lives.
Look, and they could get us fired, and we are not willing to risk that. So we got to keep pushing through.
So like I have some compassion, but also if you're like in front of this person and you're not respecting them by looking them in the eye, like,
it's tough. Yeah. What I will say, it's an interesting part of our careers is that we meet a lot of our heroes. And so I think eventually you have to like start to take a step back from idolizing these people and remember that they are just humans.
Yes.
You do start to see that this is just like a full day for them.
This is their job too.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I will say one of my best interview moments to this day was interviewing Mariah Carey, who was in fact 8 hours late. However, she was an angel when I spoke with her. So it just all went out the window.
Yeah, you're like, who cares?
Me, like, she is the diva that she can be a diva all she wants. Like, she is Mariah Carey, and she was just so sweet to me. Like, we were talking about her Christmas album. This was a few years ago. And it was a 20-minute sit-down interview, which, like, never happened. So I had a lot of time with her. So yeah, I'm not gonna go 20 minutes asking about Christmas. Like, we're gonna ask about the state of music, like what she thinks, blah, blah, blah. The second I asked a question that wasn't about Christmas, the whole room, which was like 40 people in this like small little room, they were like, only Christmas questions, please. And I'm like, I only 3 questions in, and I have 18 minutes left with Mariah. Like, what am I supposed to talk about? And she saved me. She was like, well, you know, because you brought up that song, like, I will speak on that. And then the rest of the interview went as planned. And I was like, Mariah Carey, you did not have to do that, because I could have just fell flat on my ass in front of the biggest diva and music artist in the world right now. So I love you forever.
Oh my God, Mariah Carey saved your ass.
She saved me. She really did. That could have been like a really bad moment, but it wasn't. Thanks, Mariah. Love you, Lamely for life.
Wait, that's huge. Mariah's gonna remember you forever.
Yes, I hope so.
No, it's so cute. Okay, so we're gonna play +1 or -1.
Okay.
If you agree with it, it's +1.
Okay.
If you disagree, it's -1.
Ooh.
And then let us know why.
All right.
Okay. Kylie Jenner, Chalamet.
Oh.
Do you want them to be engaged?
Yes, +1.
Yes, of
I think
course.
they're really cute. It took me a while, I'll be honest. It took me a while to get on their train.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here? But it is so sweet. They're so lovey. I love PDA. I'm a big fan of PDA. I love to see their love. And if they are engaged and they're holding off on it, I like that she is respecting his career and his moment.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to be together forever, there's plenty of time for it to be just about them. Like, this is his moment right now. So I love that.
And you do think they're engaged?
I do
+1?
Yeah, I do think they're engaged.
Oh, I love it. I love that we all think that they're just lying to us straight to our faces. +1 or -1, influencers on the red carpet.
Ooh. Oh. You know, I'm going to go with +1 still, because I believe in, if it's your opportunity, it will be yours. And so if this is opening up doors for people, then great. Just do your research, please. Do your research and come prepared.
Please.
And give us our opportunities.
I was literally, yes,
as
that.
influencers/journalists.
Yeah, 100%. Like, do your research, because otherwise that could affect us even, you know, so there's a trickle down effect to it.
Yes.
What about the podcast category at the Golden Globes and other award shows?
I'm going to go plus for the category, because podcast is like, it is the medium that can be whatever. So it is a visual medium too. So, and let's put some respect on podcasters, because it is hard work and it is no joke.
Yeah.
I will do the minus for airing that over like best score or some of these more like industry awards or industry categories that make a difference in movies and television, because this is just, come on, why are we like, or even why are we playing the music during International Film and getting them off when we gave an award to Ricky Gervais, who wasn't even there?
Exactly.
Like, so it's
multiple
a little
times.
both.
Yeah, and also the people who were nominated, did a lot of them deserve to be there? Yeah, and look, I tune into a majority of those podcasts.
Yeah.
But there's something to say for the fact that they're all like actor heavy, or a majority of them were actor heavy.
It wasn't really a true list of maybe the best podcasts that there would be. Whether or not those podcasts might be my taste or not. But yeah, it was definitely like actor heavy.
Yeah, to where it felt just like kind of funny.
Yeah.
Of course, there's actors being nominated for this at the Golden Globes. Yeah. Okay.
But I do love Amy Poehler's podcast.
Oh my God, The Good Hang.
So
+1 to The Good Hang.
+1. We love.
Yes. So good. One day we're going to have her on. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Natasha, thank you so much for joining today.
For having me. This was so fun.
This was so much fun. I feel like we probably yapped for far too long. Yeah. My bad. Hopefully you're still on time to lunch.
We're good.
But what do you have coming up? You have junkets coming out soon?
Yes, junkets coming up. You guys can keep up with my interviews on Rotten Tomatoes and Fandango, and also just my personal content on Natasha Alexis _, which I didn't think of the underscore when I made it, but it's there on Instagram.
But
and
here we are.
Here we are.
Forever. Thank you so much for letting us be your +1.
No need to overthink it. You got the golden ticket.